I would like to welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm really
It's
happy that you're
It's good to have you back.
because we need to get to the heart of a couple matters, and one of them. Welcome to another episode of Crime or Cringe.
Crime or Cringe?
Crime or Cringe.
It goes on an hour
Notice
after
how it's not Hashout Or Crashout.
It's not
Crime or cringe?
Crime or Cringe.
Those are both bad.
Yeah, it is a bad name.
why is it crime or cringe?
No, it's good because it's crime or cringe. Because crime means like this is to be punished. This is punishable by law. And one is no, it's just cringe.
It's just cringe.
Crime or cringe
that.
only covers things that are bad to do.
Okay.
Hashout or Crashout is will they resolve it or will it ruin them as friends?
right.
Okay. It's a very different. But I don't have to explain.
Thank you, Catchy the Clown.
What
I
if the
appreciate
case?
that.
What if the case being litigated is it's neither?
I would love
It's
to hear
neither.
the case to determine
let's
if
hear
it
it.
should be a
And that's
crime or
not,
cringe.
let's get into it.
Well,
So,
what if it's just about a sophisticated individual?
Yingling and Aiden are playing CSGO in the office last night. They're playing with they're playing actually with the 5-man.
Never mind.
5-man with some of the Oregon guys, right? We want to get this right.
Adam of the Adam Smash series.
Ass, great, biggest local in the country. So when they're playing CSGO, Yingling starts yelling at Aiden because I think Aiden actually wasn't in the buy round. Did you forget to buy?
That would be typical of you.
Oof.
Ooh,
So
for a new reason, Ludwig.
So maybe, or maybe he was late to, smoke something, or basically something in the beginning of the round didn't happen.
late.
I forgot to hit something. So
the buy button.
I hear Yingling yell, and he's like, "Dude, there's no way you're doing that." And I look over. Aiden, in between the rounds of CS:GO, when he is dead, is reading a book at his desk. Zipper, I can hear him throwing up.
Now, as a clown, Aiden, I find that funny.
God.
I find that part of my routine.
Dude, that's like a comedy act. Like you're trying to be hidden for something. You pull up a newspaper.
I didn't see him peek. I don't know.
Okay.
looking away from a flash, like pulling up a newspaper.
And what happened after that?
Well, I looked over and I'm like, there's no fucking way you're reading a book. He instantly turns around. He's like, what? What's wrong? It's a good book. And I'm like, that's crazy. And he's like, it's not that crazy. It's
a great book.
Yingling, who is an agent of chaos, who carries no actual opinion about anything. He just likes to follow energy.
He's the vigilante in every game.
Yeah, he just likes to follow energy. He's actually vibe checking every time. And Yingling's like, I know, it's fucking insane. And I'm like, it is. And it reminded me of, this is at Mayhem years and years ago, the Big Melee tournament. I'm sitting on a setup. It's a 4-man rotation. There's a guy there who every time he loses and is not on the rotation anymore, he has a book opened face down, and he would just pick it up and start reading.
Yeah, I remember this. You told me this.
And I was like, that's insane.
Yeah,
that
it
is
is
antisocial behavior in a very social game.
I mean, it is no different than if he were to just be browsing YouTube shorts and then miss the buy.
Miss the buy.
Yeah, because he browsed YouTube shorts.
No, this is different than that. Because missing the buy is interfering with the video gaming, but on a 3-man rotation, they're playing. It's more of a social faux pas.
Yeah. It's sorry. I'm saying
You're talking about the CSGO thing.
Yes.
I was trying to bring up a
get to
similar
speak
but distinct instance.
And so we're determining, is the book reading crime or cringe?
For this particular instance of being in a CSGO game, missing a buy, I would argue, even if you are missing the buy, it's still cringe to
I
read.
didn't miss the buy.
I want to add
if you
more
didn't-
context. Usually we're late to something, but I want to add more context. The day before that, Aiden was playing CS with, I think, the same group, and Aiden starts flaming someone.
Oh,
He's flaming
It was
someone.
counsel.
He's flaming
you're playing with counsel?
Yes, it was counsel. It was Jacob.
Fair enough.
because they called something was clear and they didn't actually know. They guessed. They pulled a guessy, and then I don't know if he ended up getting
wrong.
punished for it, but he flames them for not knowing.
Right.
Which
and
I
becoming-
would say is if you're gonna read a book while you play, you're all missing. You are missing information. You are arriving late. Imagine if what he said in that moment was, "Sorry, I was reading."
Ooh.
He was alive.
No, but well, I mean,
You're
How
allowed-
is the
you're-
situation
well,
not different?
if you showed up
He's
late,
alive playing the game.
if you showed up late, then for a moment you were alive.
If I can
the
add a
reading
third
happened.
thing earlier too, while playing CS, Aiden brought up that he played with the Ukrainian boy, small boy.
Small boy.
Small boy.
He played with a small Ukrainian boy who's a refugee from the war.
Yeah.
And
Slava Ukraine.
And he said, I like the small Ukrainian boy. I like your.
I like the small Ukrainian
I
boy.
like yard.
No, the young Ukrainian boy said, I like your knife, your skins.
He said
Yes.
Yes.
And then you replied,
They
it's
were his
worth
first
more than your
words.
house.
no, I didn't say that. That's fucked up, dude. That is
Ludwig
fucked
is
up.
keeping it 99 right now.
That is fucked up. I would never say that.
I have black Air Force Ones of truth on. Yeah. I don't know how I can lie.
Aiden, he cannot
The
lie.
black Air Force Ones of truth.
I hate
No, we've taken up too much time. Please, first off, tell us what the fuck the book is. And then I guess it's some book that he's reading for Lemonade Stand.
Must be riveting for Lemonade
It's
Pyramid.
a riveting nonfiction book about the fucking housing crisis.
Yeah.
Dude, you're so close. That's so fucking funny.
Dude, you fucking clocked me.
Nailed the ball, bro.
Yeah.
Is it? What is it?
It's a book called Abundance by Ezra Klein and Derek Thompson.
Ezra Klein. Okay.
Yeah, it's and I don't know. I really am enjoying it.
So
Obviously.
a lot.
Yeah, you must be.
This is on.
You have 16K in the bank.
Can't put that thing
Please,
down.
guys, please. Let him crime or cringe himself.
What do I even get to say?
16K
What can I even say?
Well-
They've made up their minds.
No, I'm the decider here, and I'm so neutral.
You're so neutral.
Yeah.
You just said that I told the Ukrainian kid that my skins were worth more than his house in Ukraine.
He was such a small boy. It was so weird to tell because he was
That's
so
what
small.
you said. I said.
He wouldn't even
So does
understand
it
the
feel
value
like
of a
you're
house.
neutral?
He wouldn't even understand the value of a house. He was so small.
And you're angry at me because I didn't put the fight.
I look, totally unbiased third party. Go ahead.
I have been really
Sorry. That was
enjoying this book.
That was a tip.
Wait, bless you. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
It's
That
a
was
nice. It's a nice book that just came out, and it does have to do with housing. It
Ezra
touches
Klein's
on
like
housing a lot.
he's the podcast guy, right?
Ezra Klein has a
host of the
podcast,
fucking,
yes.
Yeah.
He's a podcast.
Ain't that sexual assaulter who was in Baby Driver?
And let's go.
Nope. I
What is that
was
guy's name?
just excited. I was enjoying this book so
He's
much
also a superhero.
because usually when I play CS, if I'm not super locked in a game of Premier, I will, during rounds, I often tab out because on my PC setup, I have one monitor and I tab out to check things like Discord.
Does the ultra wide take up the whole thing?
No, my ultra wide
plays
is
on a different one.
hooked up to my laptop. So
Oh.
if I'm on my PC, I've had one monitor for a very long time. I tab out to check things. Sometimes I am a little late to rounds in comp games, which don't matter, you know.
Is that true?
But I'm reading my book, which means that the tab stays up. So I'm actually paying more attention than I normally do to when the round ends.
Oh, so
Okay.
you should be
What?
getting
I'm just saying,
your hand
compared to
shaken for this.
sorry, did we have this conversation 3 weeks ago when I was tabbing out to check Discord
give
in
me
between
full
rounds? No, we
sincerity.
didn't. We're having it specifically about this book.
Give me full sincerity. Where did you end
Where did I?
on your team? Were you top frag?
No, I wasn't
No,
the
you
top
weren't.
frag.
Were
but
you
I wasn't,
second frag?
I think I might have been the second frag.
This would change things for me personally.
I'll tell you
Yes.
what, I out-fragged Nick Yingling in that game.
Did you?
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's big news.
And the missed by, quote unquote, we were on Nuke, on T.
The camera pans
When
to
they
Nick
said-
Yingling. He's got a book upside down. and he's looking at it like,
and when they were complaining about me being late, they hadn't even made it from spawn into lobby yet.
But you had no gun. That was the issue. Was it a buy round?
Yes, and I buy instantly, and I'm in the round, and I
Wait,
get
you
to
can
ramp.
buy still?
Yes.
yeah, there's a delay.
Yes.
No, you can buy if you're in the buy zone.
I didn't miss the buy again.
Right. That's why I was clear that it wasn't a misbuy. But
Oh.
that is.
Naruto. Naruto.
So that is the circumstance, and then Anthony, I would argue, took it a step further because I can understand. Imagine you're playing CS with me,
Yeah.
and you're taking it really, really seriously, and
Yeah.
I fuck up a rollout or I fuck up a play because I wasn't listening because I was reading my book during the round. I can kind of understand that. But Anthony's example of reading. This guy read the book between games.
He's conflating
at a melee
in-game
tournament.
versus
and I
in-game.
said to Anthony, that is no different what people do all the time in that situation, which is they go on their phone and read Twitter.
Look,
They go on their phone and do the same thing.
Here's what I would say. I'm going to make a final judgment because I think it's time to move on. What is this?
I'm saying he's wrong.
Oh,
I do think that as the clown judge of Crime or Cringe,
please,
Cringy the clutchy, Cringy the
clown.
Cringy the crime clown,
Cringy the
Crime, the crime.
I do think
clown.
Anthony's making a decent comparison here, where playing Counter-Strike with your friends when you're dead, that's the round where you enjoy what your teammates are doing and where you make jokes, and when when you're playing, that's when you're highly focused. And I think there's a social element of gaming that's being removed by pulling 100%. The book out. That is similar to the guy who pulls the book out at the setup, which I actually, you know what? I think what Aiden's doing is worse. Because the guy at the melee setup, it's like, you got Link Peach on the screen. I don't fucking care.
At the setup, it's actually more likely that you sit down with someone who you don't know and don't have anything to like connect with besides the game, which I consider very important.
You guys are wrong on that.
But I think if you're getting into a 5-man, spending your time with people, there is a level of social alienation that you're opting into.
You call someone a pedophile at a bar. So real quick, let me chime in here.
That's fine.
That's not.
That was my friend.
It's not.
What are you talking about?
You can't use the
I think
language
it's calling someone a pedophile.
Wait, your friend's a pedophile?
Nick Yingling, yeah, unfortunately. Calling someone a pedophile is engaging with them.
That was my friend.
I learned the language.
This is the man that you guys are picking sides with.
You know what? Here's what I'll do.
Calling somebody a pedophile is engaging.
He just said he learned a language. If you can count,
who you're taking social tips from.
If you can count to 10 in Japanese, I side with you. It's a crime. If you can't, I go cringe.
What the fuck does that have to do with
this? Because you just
this?
said you learned the language.
You're just flexing that you know how to count to 10, and it doesn't have to do with any
I
of
never
this.
said. You said you learned the language, and that's why
I
you
said I learned how to say that. It's yet in a language you don't know. It's like, yeah, if a guy doesn't know English, but he says, "Hey, boy," he still said, "Hey, boy."
If a guy's in America and all he can do is pedophile, and that's
learned it in the world.
That's
it.
Then he's the president.
I would say, look, I think it's cringe. I think it's cringe.
But it's not a crime.
It's not a crime.
Dude, he freaked out at Yingling.
What?
When you had to go to like do something with your ID.
I got so hoed.
El Crashout.
He said he got hoed, and he's like, he said it to Aiden and Yingling, like, you guys wasted my time.
No, this is because I went. It's okay. I can explain.
You crashed out.
Yeah, well, I got stern. I got stern. Okay,
you did get stern.
I went to the bank. I was told to go to the bank.
Wasn't my fault.
Keep talking.
The way Aiden operates with me is that he doesn't set up time ahead of time. Day of, he's like, we need to talk right now. If we don't talk right now, it's literally going to be a problem.
Okay.
He does this a lot.
No.
He's like, this is literally my job.
Welcome to the game show.
I need to talk to you today.
Hashout or Crashout. Will they get through this one? Or will they rant about things that are bad for a podcast? Let's go. Aiden, starting with you. Hashout or Crashout for $500. Aiden, go ahead and start off the argument.
You gotta make it funny.
Nick, I'm thinking I'll hash it out.
Okay, Aiden's gonna try to hash it out for $500. Let's get into it.
We want to steal a crash out. We want to steal a crash out.
A lot of he's gonna steal a crash out. Oh, it's a free steal.
No, you're using your steal? Okay, you can go ahead.
So this happened on Friday actually. On Friday, I'm live streaming a sponsor. I'm playing 2K. I'm getting my ass fucking whooped
By Flight.
You're
by
paying
people,
his bills.
by people on mic being like, white boy can't shoot, and I'm getting my shit beat. All right.
I like how you can't even do it in a video game.
They're milking your shit, dude.
By the way, don't say I can't even do it in a video game because I can do it in real life. 1,000 3-point shots in one single day. Okay. Anyway, I'm getting my shit beat. Aiden pops up. I get a call. I ignore it because I'm live.
Yeah.
And then he pops up in my chat. He's like, you need to answer. I know you're live. You need to answer right now. I'm like, Aiden, I'm live. I'm just not gonna do that in the middle of my sponsor stream. I'm just not gonna do that.
Okay, hold on.
But this is how Aiden operates, right? It's always like, we need to do it right now, or else the prince or president, you're gonna die.
Yeah. He drops an atom bomb equivalent of emotional manipulation on you.
I'll let it be. I'll actually let this be.
I
thought you were Team Hashout.
I'm Team Crashout. You're Team Hashout.
That's crazy.
So I end. And then I call him right away, Nick.
Right away, like frame one.
First thing, and you know what? It was very important, and I did the thing he needed immediately. But he does this for basically everything. Like
everything.
I'm on my way out of this office, and he's like, oh, stop right there.
No,
I need you to tell me.
That's such a loaded. about
You're
it.
about to leave the Pokemon Center, and it's like, wait.
Yes. And I was like, there's a rival battle? There's a rival battle
He has
here.
an exclamation point.
You're up in the rafters watching my path to see if you can stay out of my eye.
Yeah.
Because you want to skip the battle.
I think we should have a battle.
And I think okay, go ahead, because you really want to talk so bad.
One, you know the full Slime knows the full details of what this is about. I think when you find out what this is about, because you don't even know the full scope of the issue, you will understand why I called you during your stream. I call you during your streams very rarely. This is the first time I've called you during a stream in ages.
Whoa. To be
know
fair,
how we have proof of this is because I had a different important issue that I triage because I understand. I've learned things.
That's the
I
limbo
sent
to
you
save the
pause,
body.
and I sent you a
Can I
message.
pause you for 5 seconds?
Tactical pause.
I watched a video from me from 4 years ago, and I said we're gonna turn this triage of games into 4 because I thought it meant 3.
Oh my god, dude,
That's crazy.
we did a little triaging, different important problem, but not important enough to interrupt Ludwig's stream because it's his job and it's how the company is funded.
Triage, and they make Call of
when
Duty
you're
World
done.
War.
I said when you're done with the meeting, can you please call me? Because I know, or when you're done with the stream. But then I had something that needed to be finished Friday evening. It had a hard deadline, and the reason I didn't set up time was because it wasn't possible to, because it has to do with our company's taxes, which is not very exciting. I encountered a problem that is very important. That was so important that I called you.
And by the way,
I'll
this
tell you about the rest of it after this episode is over.
I'm literally pulling up for 3. When I get the call, bzzz, I look down, I miss, I'm slightly late. It's not green.
Yeah.
No, not Irish
Right?
Spring
It's
Green.
not Irish Spring Green. I missed my 3 off that. So like,
What about this? You used to call me on my live stream late night when I need.
Aiden also,
And
by
the
the
thing
way,
is, hold on. And he acts like I
Please?
don't set aside time. He acts like I
He
don't set
don't.
aside
Can't finish
time.
my fucking
But
song.
for merch stuff, because that's all I was in charge of until recently. For merch stuff, I think what happens is in your mind, because you're responsible for so much, and life has so many things in it that you forget that over weeks I ask you for feedback in time, and then I approach the deadline of the weeks that I had to get a hold of you, and the fact that we have to get something out by X time in the year. And then all of a sudden on the day of, I'm urgent and panicky because it needs to be done because you haven't talked to me for the previous 2 weeks.
But I just feel like every time you hit me up, it's for some shit. And sometimes I just want
Because
to
that's my job, Ludwig. It's what you pay
let
me
me-
to
let me
do.
as a
I mean,
third-
I hit you up to just fucking
That's
chill.
so fucking real
as
of
a
you, bro.
third party, let me actually, in Aiden's defense, one time Ludwig came in here.
Yeah.
And this is pretty recent. It's like a month ago when that shit with like that dog pack guy and Mr. Beast was going on. And Ludwig comes in and I immediately say to him, yo, Ludwig, what do you think you learned from this whole like experience of like, you know, all the shit that you went through? And he just ignored it and just kept like Dono stonewalling me and saying another thing. And then and I was like,
what he did after was pretty funny.
and what he did after was pretty funny, but and then he's just Donawalling me, and I'm like so annoyed. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You're not talking to me. We come onto the set. Aiden, to fuck with me, says, Ludwig, what do you think you learned about all that stuff? Ludwig answers the question genuinely
Stop answer.
and sincerely.
That's cool.
And this is right before we start filming, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, why? Like, why? You just want to hurt me? Just why? Yeah. And what Ludwig said was, I wasn't in the mood to talk about that. I just wanted to mess around. And I was supposed to interpret that. And now I learned, if he uses words to say it, which was good. But what happens is Ludwig isn't in the mood to talk about merch. So you're chasing him down.
What is
you're
Blood
like,
saying?
You're like, come here. Come here. And Ludwig's not in the mood. Yeah. So in his mind, he's like,
you know when you're like, you're telling you, it's like, Imagine you're on a summer vacation with your family. You're at the family reunion.
Okay.
It's 8 p.m. It's starting to get pretty dark because you live in you're in Washington State, so it gets dark a little later there. And the kids are out about in the yard, and you've got your 3-year-old. He's got to go to bed soon because normally he goes to bed at 7:30, and you don't want him to be tired the next day. And then you go up to your 3-year-old and you say, buddy, I've been warning you for the past hour that we're gonna have to go to bed soon. It's time to go in for bed. bed, and then that's what talking to Ludwig about merch is like. Because then
dude,
you've been warning about the deadline
Seattle,
the whole time,
I like this
and
place.
then you
It
go
smells
up
like
to
poop,
him,
like
and
Betty.
he's like, and then I'm like, come on, buddy, bedtime, and he's like, no, and then
He does. Yeah, he does. He does. Oh, I'm not going to bed dance.
He runs around with his pecker out and everyone in the bath.
Dude, he's like
takes off his
Ness.
little
He's
underwear.
like Ness in his gym. He's like,
little underwear.
"Whoa, I actually
And you know what? And you know what? And when he grows up, those are the moments you'll miss the most.
Blood is 29.
That might be true. That might be true.
Those are the moments
Ludwig.
we miss
This
the
is
most,
my new
man.
approach with merch. Is I was like, Ludwig, it's okay if you don't want to talk about it, but you have to say the words you do not want to drop to come out in Q4
Dude,
this year.
this will be a
you do
dope
not want to drop to
episode
come
for the
out.
one couples therapist that listens to the show.
No. No, like they'll like the other ones.
used to call me on my Twitch stream. I don't even remember how Hashout or Crashout started.
From this.
Because you accused me.
When you
Accused me.
were playing 2K.
The
was
lovely
playing with
thing,
2Ks.
the lovely thing about working with Ludwig is, and that we've all learned, is that we've all developed Ludwig strategies. Nick comes up with lovely anecdotes about how he's going to kill himself.
My strategy is just being his friend.
Maybe.
Which isn't enough. You have to threaten your life, by the way.
Isn't that what friends
That's
do?
part of being his friend, I feel like. Type
friends
shit,
do.
yeah.
Even Yingling has brought up the analogy as like, I'm gonna fucking corner him in the corner like a rat with a frying pan. That was my original analogy.
Is how we talk about Ludwig when he's gone in the office now. Me and Yingling like we're playing a game of Mousetrap. It's like, all right, when he's out of yard recording,
I can't
you're gonna
escape
corner
for
him.
a
You're
day.
gonna fucking jockey him in the corner.
Aiden, I love having you back.
Put it together for me.
I love it.
Got island time, man. It's just so much. You guys don't even know the first thing about relaxing. Like if you think you've been relaxed here,
No, it's
I've
because,
been relaxed
it's
here when
because
he's
he makes
gone.
Try relaxing at a $4,000
He doesn't
resort.
know what it's like to relax because he makes the space tense. He makes it tense.
I make it tense.
well,
I make it tense. How?
what makes it tense is the damn rays from heaven that are coming down from the ceiling. What makes it tense is the goddamn. I wake up and I'm like, you've been asleep for 40 years. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
I feel like I'm in Mirror's Edge. Dude, I knew it was over. I knew it was over the other day I was here, and it was here in the morning, a little bit early. So I'm waking up early, and we have the lights off and then the vibe lights on.
yeah.
And it's great. It's great. We've always loved it whenever he's gone. And then he just gets up from his desk, walks over to the overhead Walmart,
with everyone in the room.
with everyone in the room with the rollback Walmart lights where we can see all kinds of merchandise and stuff, like it's a warehouse, and he just fucking slams it on. He's like, it's just too dark. And I knew it was over. I know we can't go back.
It's dark. It's dark. It's the middle of the day. I don't want to sit in darkness.
I got a question for
I
you.
also do have to read.
I got a
the mail.
question for you, Aiden, and understand I'm asking it with much aloha.
Yeah.
He has aloha. I want to be clear. I don't, but he's on your side. I'm not on your side ever.
To be clear, I'm not on his side.
He's not
on your
I'm
side.
actually his mortal enemy, but I actually created the war. I think that's
created the
going
war.
on.
There was never a choice before until he brought it.
Give me a reason that is not spite that when you are 10-1 on this opinion.
You need to repoll it.
Hold on. I need to repoll it?
Yeah.
Who have you asked?
Kelby? Yingling? No, Kelby.
Yingling?
Kelby flip-flopped.
Yingling?
Kelby is a
Wait,
fucking
no.
snake, serpent, venom.
You did not just say Yingling.
Yeah, Yingling.
Did you just say Yingling?
Yeah, he said Ying. Well, I think he's just talking about people who have.
If I
given
showed
the-
him,
You're just
my-
gonna repoll.
If I showed him my DMs,
No,
with
you gotta
Yingling
repoll.
on this matter.
recently.
Yes.
That's because
Every time the lights
Can
are on,
we-
I get a
can we
DM
be
from Nick
honest?
Yingling.
Can we
you're
be honest?
leaning on them. You're leaning on them with your corporate power.
my corporate power.
Okay. Let's just say that the poll has shifted. Let's just say that. I'll give it to you. We all know you're losing the poll.
The poll.
Yes, the vote is not in your favor. I'll give that to you, but you know the poll's not in your favor. We all can agree on that, right?
Yeah, I think likely.
Let's just
yeah.
so we'll take it from there.
But I want to be
We'll
clear,
take it
we
from-
can only poll people who actively come into the office, because I know some people who are like, yeah, the vibe lights are great, and there are people who come into this office once every 3 weeks.
If fucking-
You cannot use
if
those
fucking
people.
Cam has an opinion on the
Cam's
fucking,
not allowed
I
to
don't
Can't
know.
poll Cam.
Cam's not allowed to vote.
We're gonna hit him.
He
We're
is-
gonna hit him with a nuclear missile. Not him. My question is, especially before the repoll, when the poll was 10-1, because at
Yes.
one point it was. What is your reason for still taking what you want? That is not spite.
Okay. So non-spiteful is, I think, every single time I've turned this overhead light on when there's other people here this week, I think every single time has been a day where I've had to go through mail and read things at my desk that I need to follow up with at my computer, which I think is a totally appropriate reason to turn the overhead lights on. Because when they're not on, it is dark in here.
But I ask the follow-up question that everyone in the crowd wonders, and in my Discord DMs. Why not get yourself like a reading light? And then your problem solved, and everyone else's problem is also still solved.
He's about to say,
why do I have to buy a special light to replace the overhead light?
You're the only one who wants it that way. So it goes from you're the only one who's happy, and everyone else is
I would
unhappy.
argue, one of the only people working in this office.
And now we're pulling rank. Here it is. The spite comes in.
Pulling rank and activity. And he said, and by the way, Kelby does work. When I watch him eat Chipotle.
Yes, but Kelby is the one he might be losing.
I'm just saying, when I watch him eat Chipotle.
I'm happy to lose one, especially him.
And he's in an Apex stream. That's work.
So
that's what you're supposed to be doing.
The people whose opinion that matter are Christian, right now, until other people start coming in more often, Christian, Otto, Yingling, Kelby, me. Those are the 5 people at the moment who's going to vote.
Crazy that he left out Dan, by the way. And Liza.
Oh, and Liza.
Liza hasn't been here.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, we don't count the female employee.
Yeah, we
That's
don't
what Aiden
count
says.
female.
Aiden says we don't count our female employee.
Dan and Liza
Because
count.
why would she have an opinion on the
They
fucking
haven't come in
lights?
the last couple weeks.
Because why would she have an opinion on it's like if it's fucking
so
bright in
funny.
here doing your
care?
makeup at your desk? You need the light for your makeup probably.
Dan's a gremlin. He would be in the darkness for the rest of his life.
Okay, and now we're gremlin
now we're
shaming.
judging the voters.
Now we're gremlin shaming. Here we go.
Let me guess. Your side should have 3 votes.
Asking Dan is like, would Gollum like the overhead lights on? Like, probably not.
So let me get this
probably
straight.
not.
Let me get this straight. Your side should have more votes. You think there should be a recount.
Also, the people that voted for the other side are freaks.
All very similar.
Interesting.
Aiden,
There's a similarity.
Yeah, very
Similarity
similar.
to a guy that would have won the election if he was an independent.
Show me the back of your head.
If you're sitting,
that makeup?
If you're sitting at home, listening to this, I want you to understand that the cozy lights that they want on in the morning, because the sun, we only have one side of the building with windows. And the sun doesn't come into that side of the windows in the morning.
The goddamn gorgeous American flag out
for
there.
the first half of that, for the first half of the day. So when the cozy lights are these like lights you put on when you go to bed, like
my dick and my balls, no.
Yes, they are.
My dick and my balls, no.
My dick and my balls. I, the guy who works at the office, want the overhead lights so I don't sit in darkness and so I can read things at my desk. To which I allow the darkness maybe all the time when I don't need to read things.
You just have God tier cognitive dissonance in a way that
What is the cognitive dissonance? I need to do something that needs the lights on.
To be in a room.
What is happening?
To be in a room with so many people who are going like.
So many people who
and just to be typing away happily.
This is so annoying. This is so annoying. I'm fucking livid. This isn't cognitive dissonance. How many of the people you're talking about are in the room right now? Literally none of them. It has been me sliming Kelby all week. It's me sliming Kelby.
I have a question. If you didn't need to read mail.
Yes, which is what I already do. Yes, which is what I already do. Why am I being gaslit? Like I didn't already let this. I literally don't turn it on before I left.
Okay.
I do not turn it on when I don't need to read anything. I conceded.
Now do me a favor. Imagine yourself on a Maui beach. You're laying down.
Maui Beach, much brighter than that room. Maui Beach, much brighter than that room. You enjoyed the sunlight.
Sit back. Imagine yourself on a Maui Beach. Virgin pina colada in the right hand. And you're looking up into the sky, and it's just hit sunset. 6:54. It's just hit sunset, and I have the time memorized already.
Go! Boy, you hear the birds on the beach. Dude.
You come into the office to play Street Fighter.
Up walks a Samoan woman, or a Hawaiian woman, even Hawaiian man.
Not a woman. Sorry,
not a woman. Hawaiian.
That would have been like that. You would have started freaking out.
He would have been like, "You better get these lights on." Okay, Hawaiian woman walks up and she says, "Sir, are you enjoying your stay here at the Maui Resort?"
and you don't even answer. She already knows the answer to the question is yes, of course I am. And in comes, what's this? Oh, a gaming setup. Oh,
It's wheeled in.
It's dropped from heaven. A gaming setup falls down from heaven right in front of you. And honestly, sunset, you're like, it's getting a little dark out here. You clap your hands, boom, it's sunlight again. It's back to being 1 p.m.
Perfect
in the day.
ping to Denmark.
It's perfectly bright outside. And you're playing Counter-Strike now on the Maui beach, and you're perfectly relaxed. Now, Aiden, with all your newfound aloha and mahalo and all the such inside of you,
So annoyed.
has any of your opinion changed? Do you feel better?
I feel better. What?
Do you feel bad after
you
taking
feel-
that journey, that mental journey?
Because you really went
You know, like-
somewhere there just now. I saw it.
You
It's
saw- we
been
saw your
30
eyes,
minutes
bro.
of you being asleep.
You were
I don't know if
30 minutes. You were just staring at the
I
ceiling,
don't know
bro.
if you realized that you
we were waiting.
you drooled onto your penis.
We have to
can't believe
cut
this.
it.
I can't believe this.
You were just there for
You
30
cut me
minutes.
drooling onto my
we had
penis.
to pat dry you clean.
They'd love that. They would love that if that was in.
Pat dry you. How would they like
Our
it?
fucking shit ass fans would fucking like that.
You know what I've been doing in this office all week when I play Counter-Strike? Those
off.
lights are off. When I play Counter-Strike.
You know, I was gonna ask that. I was gonna ask if when Counter-Strike is on, the lights turn off, and that's kind of a cool way to indicate that we're not in a meeting right now. That we're playing.
We're playing.
And I think that'd be kind of fun. But you do that already.
Yeah.
No, you don't get up and change it. You just do it once, and then
I'm gonna do a Jim from the Office-esque prank where I bring in one extra light every day
oh my god!
until
Look,
he doesn't notice.
we take out a bulb from the fluorescence every day,
Here.
just slowly.
This is viewers at home.
And
If you
then
happen
one
to be-
day
if
he'll
you
be
happen to
like-
be watching this episode, you might be looking at the set right now. These lovely soft yellow lights that indicate that it's evening time. You know, perhaps we're sitting in the backyard.
well, that was big and yellow.
It's only one.
The main soft yellow light. That's the main lighting for us. I would say, unless you lean back and look straight up at that white one. So you might be looking at these lights and this like cozier vibe and say, oh, that's really nice. And it is. Because that's the vibe of the lights in the other room. And, good
Aiden doesn't think this is work.
good for hangouts, good for chilling, good for sipping a couple brews with
So
your
we're not
friends out
working in here.
back.
We're not working in here. Just be clear.
And I want to ask yourself, like, how do you, if you were in the middle of the day in an otherwise dark room and you needed to read and write
I
stuff at
see.
your computer,
He actually, you realize, if you
you
really
might
break it
want
down by
overhead lights
dollar,
on.
if you really break it down by dollar amount, he actually makes less money in the bright room job than in the cozy room job.
It's tough because does Lemonade Stand have the same evil, fucked up Israeli homophobic lights?
It looks like a goddamn gas station in that room. It's crazy in that room. I don't know how Atrioc does it. He's got astigmatism.
Doug fucking STEM Lord Doug. I love code. I love math more than I love women.
ChatGPT, could you make these lights more brighter? ChatGPT, could you? I actually just learned AI could be used to turn on your lights in your house, which is it takes 30 more minutes, but I like talking to it to do that. He's on his phone now.
He's doing work. He's doing work. I know he's putting up some sort of poll, and it's going to be once again propaganda.
Propaganda, of course. It's coming.
Once again, propaganda.
It's coming from the mouth of the horse.
The mouth of the horse says many awful things.
From the butt of the guy, it's coming from.
Yeah, I think that what's cool about working at a Walmart is that I know that in here, the prices
you know what's
are...
cool about working at a Walmart?
If Ethan comes in and
what's
steals
cool about
something,
working
just
at
let
a
him
Walmart?
go.
Fucking you would work. You would work. You come in to play Street Fighter. You come in to play Street Fighter.
Street Fighter is harder than any job. That's true.
To strengthen your argument, you said I don't turn on the AC, which I literally do every
He's
day.
really late to do it.
I literally do it every
He only
day.
does it when it starts to sweat.
And I'm
He
the
does
person.
it when he notices it's warm.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a very Aid-Whittian moment. It's just, I've noticed it. I will change it.
1500
Oh,
MR.
when I come in the morning and it's cold in the building, I don't turn it on yet.
Sorry,
1500 MR Street Fighter is harder than your job, and that's on God.
I'm on a call. What was that? Sorry, what did you say? Sorry, Hawaii called. They want me to come back and live there forever.
They want you to stay.
They want you to come back. They want you to take your shirt off and tan the rest of your fucking body.
Oh, now we're getting personal.
Here we go.
Oh, now we're getting.
I like that. No, this is how the right fights their fight.
And as a newfound guy who lives with Aloha, I'm not gonna even stoop to that level. I'm just gonna say mahalo.
So big
and yeah, like man, I wish you the best.
That's really big of
those
you.
people, Aiden, those people, they know how to fucking, excuse my language, live. and you're just so tense. It's like your toes haven't been in the sand for God knows how long.
That's what I'm saying. Dead at 31.
Dead at 31. Yeah.
And it doesn't, it's for a guy who fears death so much. What are you doing on your phone?
I fucking.
What?
This is like how long it would take my dad to do what he's doing.
It's for you.
I don't
Probably
even
a milli.
I barely have
You
a
and
million
Drake,
listens.
most famous people in the world.
That's not first of all, the most famous person is definitely Donald Trump.
It's
What about Obama?
I think Donald Trump's more famous.
probably Trump. No,
I think Donald Trump's definitely more famous than Obama.
Isn't it just the most recent president is more famous then?
Not always, because I think the Pope is in contention. and could
Pope's
be,
not in contention.
Why?
I thought this was dumb because you guys couldn't even name who the Pope was.
Yeah, but
it's like
like-
the Pope isn't
like-
famous. That's like
a
saying
good point.
No, but it's the Pope.
But you can't name the guy. Like the idea.
Does the name matter?
The idea
No,
of
it
the most
doesn't.
famous.
I don't think it matters.
No,
It doesn't
the
matter.
idea of the most famous
No, no, no,
person
no, no,
is that
no.
you can
So-
see that you see the person and you're like, I recognize.
If I show a
them.
picture of the Pope and someone goes, "That's the Pope," they're right.
But only with the clothes on.
That's like
But
saying.
only with
alright, that's like saying.
Yeah, I don't have pictures
if
of
the
him
answer
naked.
was 50 Cent, you'd have to know his real name too.
No. I think no. Hey, I think
The
you
Pope
guys,
is essentially 50 Cent.
I think you guys are being dumb because this is like saying, the president of the United States.
I think a lot of people would look at Donald
The
Trump.
last,
and would say
okay,
the
here's a
president.
but
better
I'm not talking
example.
about Donald
Isn't
Trump.
the last pope resigned and is still alive, right? Or died like really recently. So it's like, because the last dude is still alive, if you saw that guy, it's like
The Pope wasn't wearing the big stupid hat and he was dressed in like a band T-shirt, you would not know who that
saying
is.
the Pope is
No,
like
I
saying the president.
But
of
I
the
also
US.
I wouldn't recognize like a teacher outside of class.
Yes,
That's
you would.
just-
Because it would be
no,
so
that's just-
forced.
you're a fucking moron.
I think
It-
chat.
Why are you trying to connect with 11-year-olds?
YouTube vote in chat.
I
What
do.
you-
Yeah, I think that for the argument to stand, you have to be able to know you're looking at the Pope when you're looking at the Pope.
Yeah.
And I think you would know if you saw a picture of the Pope that that's the Pope.
But I think
so he needs the big
what
hat. So it's the
Aiden,
hat
what
that's
Aiden would
famous.
argue here is you could take another old guy and put him in the Pope outfit, and everyone would still think that's the Pope because they don't know what he looks like.
this feels like a weird
Yes.
argument because you could put a Donald Trump impersonator and then go to like Nepal and then be like, who's this? And they'd be like Donald Trump. You'd be like, fucking idiot. You actually are a fucking dumbass.
I think the idea is
Donald Trump's a little bit more rooted
if
in
you
human
showed a picture,
attributes,
if
not
you
wearing a big
show a
hat.
picture of Pope Francis to a bunch of people could probably say Pope. If you showed a picture of Donald Trump to people when he was the president, a lot of people would be able to say Trump
Yo,
and
if
not
we-
just the
what if
president.
hold on? What if we put Trump in the Pope costume? Do they say it's Trump or do they say it's the Pope?
That's just the
Trump.
most famous
Trump.
person in the world.
Would you count if you showed them a picture of Donald Trump and they said Trump as the answer?
Wait, yeah, of course.
What if they just said the president? Would you count it?
The president of the United States?
Sure.
Like I
Do you count
don't know
that?
if I would count that.
he made a good
'Cause the
point, but he
idea-
got
the
interrupted.
stipulation
he made the point he already needed to make earlier. But
The,
no
the
one was
stipulation is that you know the person's name, or I would say what they were notably called. Like if you don't know fucking like 50 Cent's like full name, I don't think that counts.
It's
I
blood
think
on
like
the sand.
what their like pen name is, but you not just like what their role or like
Pope's
job
pen name is the Pope to
Homie's
me.
just the Pope.
The other point is a
But
lot
I don't
stronger.
think he's
The other point's a lot stronger.
Pope as a role in society. That's not the
Oh,
that's the
shit.
actor that fucking
That was
played
the
it,
other
right?
actor.
Looks hard as fuck though.
He did
Like
look
most
hard.
people don't, a ton of people don't know that it's Pope Francis. They just know of the figure that might be loosely identifiable as the Pope.
All right, vote in chat because I think me and Nick are right because I think they call him the Pope. I think they call him like El Papal,
Yeah, but you're
And Papa.
born. Maybe it's the Dalai Lama.
Like,
It's like you're born
which is
wanting
also
to kiss children.
not his
No.
name.
yeah, that's like a label,
Right?
No.
Right? Isn't it?
No.
Is he Dalai Lama something? No,
Dalai
no.
Lama
it's-
is just the name of his title.
So what his name is like Rick?
yeah,
I don't think he's in the running.
it's Rick
anyway.
James. He's not, but like,
But
you're,
hold on,
in
but
your
what if-
world, Dalai
but this is-
Lama.
I'm back on Lubbock side because if you ask like if you were able to ask every single
so it's
person
a
in the
label.
world and say do you know who the Dalai Lama is and they say yes, right? that should count towards a point in the Dalai Lama's field of fame.
Yeah, but in Aiden's world, unless they know it's Lamo,
Yes.
then we don't know who the Dalai Lama is.
I actually don't even think in that world it matters if you could recognize the Dalai Lama on the street. If you just know who that is because you've like heard of it and you've been in the world, that should count.
I think we're going for most famous
That's part of their
person
fame,
that
is
most
that
people
they're
could
recognizing
I think
recognize
the
in the
idea
world.
is that you could like you'd recognize the person in like if the person was wearing regular clothes, you would like recognize the person sitting down at like a coffee shop, and you know their name.
Our discussion was who is the most famous person in the world. Like who, if you showed, like if you could get everyone's brain catalog.
I think part of knowing a person is knowing their name.
What if I said?
And not
what if I
just their
said?
title.
What is the most famous artists in the world musically? But you couldn't tell any of the members of Queen on the street. Like if you saw them on the street, you wouldn't know they were.
You
in Queen.
couldn't tell. You couldn't see Freddie Mercury's fucked up teeth.
And you wouldn't know because you didn't know his fucked up teeth.
Okay. I don't even think I see the point you're making, but I think that whatever the band is, it's either probably the lead singer, or they're probably not in contention. Like realistically, the most famous music artist in the world is a solo artist.
I could not tell you what JD Salinger looks like.
Wait, it's not about contention. It's just the principle of like defining what counts for fame.
I think the street clothes thing is dumb.
Like, I think the Beatles is like one of the most
famous
famous bands ever.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people know. I think there are a lot of people who like know the Beatles but don't know the titles
like
of Beatles
Paul,
songs.
but don't know who Paul McCartney
Or
is.
maybe don't know Ringo Starr.
There's a comparison you can make here. Is like the Pope is just this ethereal figure, much like God, and not with even relating to religion or anything, but like he is a figure that we just know about because we're told about him. But the Pope's like, we don't.
But
really
who the
see
Pope
a lot.
is a question that a lot of people can't answer.
Yeah,
but like
and
I
that
think
is a very specific thing to the Pope, and also like monarchs, like the Queen. I guess I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Hers would be a little less weird because her name is like in the title,
it's
so a lot of people would
Dead
be able to
Elizabeth.
Name her. But that's why I think it's Trump. It's like it's not just like, oh, the U.S. president. It's like you recognize he was the
I
president.
think you have a big
recognize him for his
American
name.
lens here you have to understand too. Because
I think
but that's why
you're taking Pope Fowler. I think you're saying, oh, it's the Pope, obviously, because I'm a fucking Euro trash. I don't. And it's like no.
No. I'm saying I thought it was Trump. I started this by saying it's Trump, but I think the Pope's in contention. And then Aiden is saying the Pope and the Dalai Lama apparently would be less famous than me.
That's so
No,
funny.
that's not what I said.
Dude,
You're basically saying the Dalai Lama, unless you know his name and you could recognize him in street clothes, doesn't count.
The position or figure is like is more recognizable than you, but him as like an individual is not. Like I think a lot of people will once like there's a new Dalai Lama is like if you show a guy dressed in similar garb of a similar age and then ask like people, do you know who this is? A lot of people will just say the Dalai Lama.
Yeah, but that's silly because
no one cared who he was till he put on the Pope hat.
the costume.
And the same thing with Pope. But here's who I think the answer to the question I think
it's funny
is
because
either,
actually if Batman was real, Aiden would be like, Batman's not the most famous person because we don't know who Batman is. And anybody could don the mask and they would be considered Batman.
I think there's a value
there's
in that.
actually
I don't.
truth in
I
that.
don't.
There's actually truth in
Hold on,
that.
I have a
Because a
question.
new guy can become Batman.
I have a question.
Marshmallow does this all the time.
If you met someone and you said, have you heard of the streamer Ludwig? And they said yes. What would the reason be that they've heard of Ludwig beside the fact that he's famous? Like why would someone, maybe they don't know his real name, they don't know what he does for streaming, but they've heard of him.
Yeah.
Is that not because he's famous?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
shouldn't that be part of the metric we're measuring in like, is someone the most famous? Like you've heard of them.
Get him.
What?
Shut the fuck up,
I said,
Ludwig.
get him.
Let him cook.
Get him, baby.
You don't
Like
you don't need to win.
if I've heard of
He
someone,
does.
it's because they're famous.
Don't stop. Don't
Sure.
stop.
sister.
So if I've heard of the
But
Pope,
where's the line
that's part
between
of his fame.
Where's the line
Mother.
between like person and like job, I guess. That's what I'm thinking. Like
What does their
person
job
or
matter?
This is
title.
ultimately-
Because by the way, and you said American lens. That's so fucked. Because I don't know if you read my DM to you, but my first answer before you guys had even talked about it was Ronaldo.
But
it's
Yeah,
definitely
you also,
it's a Pope. Absolutely,
you also
Ronaldo.
said Andrew Tate and Matt Walsh, and I thought
Oh
that
my
was fucked
fuck.
up.
For the line,
did say
for
that.
the line
It's-
between
which I
his
was like,
job,
that's weird.
For the line between his job thing, the Pope is not famous for who he is. He's famous for his job.
Like
Yeah, but the Pope is the position that is famous. Francis as a person, like Pope Francis, less famous than just Pope.
But Donald Trump, not the president, substantially less famous than Donald Trump as the president.
That's what I disagree. Is like
What?
he's become Trump is more recognizable as a figure who is like exceeded
No, I'm
the
saying
position.
that his job, this current job, or
his position
former
was
job.
what helped elevate him. So, but now
Substantially.
Trump is like as or more famous than he ever was, right? Whereas like Francis will become less recognizable after he is no longer the Pope.
So like, for example, it doesn't count if like an actor is only known by their role.
Because
Like,
they're
not
just known as
famous.
their name.
Who's
right?
the most famous person? Oh, it's Woody.
Well, that's
What?
the character.
No, sorry.
He's trying to.
I'm trying to make an analogy.
Yeah, I
But I
get it.
fucked it all up.
I was like Toy Story.
I just fucked it up. Okay, ultimately, this is the postmodern debate of the abstraction of the self. This is very classic. Everyone's done this before, and no one's come to a good answer, and everyone's gonna scream
Let's have a podcast,
forever.
man. Don't talk about philosophy.
No,
Let's just have a podcast.
What I'm saying is, you guys are you're running in the hamster
Abstract.
wheel of trying to understand the self versus the simulacra or whatever. This is a real thing, and no one has an answer. So you need to come to a consensus now on this show.
No,
this does not leave the show.
This has an answer.
We have to
This
have
has
our-
an answer
we have
because
to have our final thoughts, and then we let the people decide. Closing statements.
Okay.
Closing
Pope
statements.
aside,
first.
closing statement. Pope aside,
1 minute.
even if you were counting Pope as the position, I think that I actually think Trump and Ronaldo are more famous than that position because they're Ronaldo as the most recognizable global sports star is somebody everybody everywhere will know on average, no matter where you are,
Wait,
even in
our
places
closing
where.
thoughts about the fame thing.
Yeah,
Or
he
they
kinda
about-
buckled.
yeah, you
He
fucked
kinda
everything
buckled.
up.
He kind of
'Cause
buckled a little bit.
You need to defend
Your
what
answer
you've
to
been
the thing.
I need to
arguing
defend the
about for
Pope
the past
argument?
20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Closing.
It's crazy you didn't know that.
You're
but-
saying we're arguing what counts as fame.
Because we're both on the same page. I don't think the Pope is the most famous. I still think it's Trump. I started this by saying that.
Okay. I think that fame is about you being recognized as an individual separated from your position. So if you can be separated from your position in society and still be recognized as a famous person. So in Ronaldo's case, like after he quits playing soccer, or in the Pope's case, after he is no longer the Pope, and like, will people still know who like Francis is afterwards? Or how well or how recognizable is Trump after his presidency is over is a good marker of how famous somebody is. And it's more about them as an individual disassociated with the position that may have contributed to them being famous.
And time.
Ton.
I take this one.
Yeah, it's you.
Okay. I look. I would say.
Don't say, look, don't appeal to the audience. He gave a dry, just
He fucked up for a full minute
Maybe
talking about how
try
Ronaldo-
check it instead of look.
Check it.
put a backwards hat on.
Let me get it started. I think it is impossible to divorce the job from the human because fame is the lens in which other people view them. And so for many people, in my small amount of fame compared to who we're talking about, am forever trapped in some people's minds as who I was 2-3 years ago when they heard of me, and maybe they've never seen me since. Mm-hmm. And so for you to say fame is actually when you are no longer famous and your tenure has passed. Your tenure has passed. You're
Final statements.
You're no longer the Pope. You're no longer the president. Your tenure has passed. Your peak fame has passed. How famous are you then? To me, is a weird way to phrase it because I'm just looking for the peak, the most famous you have ever been, which for most people will be heavily associated with what job they had or what moment they had in time. And I don't think you need to divorce those ideas. Why are you?
You distorted my
Final-
argument. You can't just say something I didn't say.
Yes, he
That's
can
the
because
whole
what
point
you
of a
said
rebuttal.
is recorded, so people can look at Ludwig and say
It's
that's
a
not what he said.
rebuttal, and the viewers can if they
Going
think,
less is an advantage, but you got to hold that. And if your argument is sound enough, they will see through his bullshit.
but there is no
And this-
bullshit to see
And this
through.
is the art of the debate.
Debate.
to bed.
It's not a requirement that they be.
No, it's time. And you got 10 more seconds.
You said Pope Benedict when you talked about it. You said Pope Benedict when you talked about it.
It's been really hard to get through this debate with my opponent, and I just want to appreciate everyone for listening. And I try to make it civil.
Time. Okay. So vote on your phones down in the comments. Who's right? Is it London or is it Annan? Or is it an abstraction of the self and it's between the two and that's a cop out? Or it's Nick who's just kind of weirdly grunting a lot.
Wow. Wow, he's been crowned with the medallion.
It is yours.
Now, you know what?
The medallion is
I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need any of this. I'm out.
The medallion is yours.
I'm out.
Why'd you take the dildo on your way out?
Taking this with me.